slavery. We know that. That's unquestioned, always the case. We know the Civil War was about slavery. But it was also more than that. It was about the freedoms of every individual. It was about the role of government.
Asked me what the cause of the Civil War was. It's easy. It's slavery.
Nikki, you were bankrupt when you left the UN. After you left the UN, you became a military contractor. You actually started joining service on the board of Boeing, whose back you scratched for a very long time, and then gave foreign multinational speeches like Hillary Clinton is. And now you're a multimillionaire. That math does not add up. It adds up to the fact that you are corrupt, not the Democratic establishment. Now you have Reid Hoffman, the person who's effectively George Soros Jr., funding lawsuits across this country against Donald Trump to keep him off the ballot, funding left-wing causes. We discovered this week that he is one of Nikki Haley's largest supporters. Larry Fink, the king of the woke industrial complex, the ESG movement, the CEO of BlackRock, the most powerful company in the world, now supporting Nikki Haley. And to say that doesn't affect her is false, because it's after that meeting later that day that she says that every American needs to be doxxed by having their ID, their government-issued ID, tied to what they say on the internet. So,
hello, family. Welcome back to another episode of Journey to Harmony. I'm your host, Richard Harmon. Today, I want to come to you and talk to you about the current situation Nikki Haley finds herself in. Nikki Haley has recently sent the internet on viral as she stated that the Civil War was not about, she omitted the fact that the Civil War was about slavery. She's been hammered from all sides, from those on the left, those on the right. And it's an interesting time frame as the Iowa caucus are getting ready to be polled, and she is slipping and having that issue at this particular time. Christie is taking his time to go after Nikki Haley a bit. They've had their differences on the trail. They've given their opportunity where he has defended her, but overall he stated that she is a lot smarter than this, and it's not just a mistake, but it's something that is intentional. What I'm doing, go ahead and play a video here, watch a little bit of this. We'll come back and talk about it just after that. If this is your first time joining, please hit that like button. Also consider subscribing to the channel. Here we go.
Of course you know it's about slavery.
I guess if you grow up in the South, it's a given that it's about slavery.
It was definitely a Democrat plan.
Nikki Haley, as I defended her in the fourth debate, as you'll remember, is a smart woman, and she knows better. Look, she's been having this problem for decades in terms of her answer about this. If you go back to her running for governor in 2010, she said that the Civil War was about change versus tradition. She called slavery a tradition. And change versus tradition. It's not change versus tradition, Phil. It's right versus wrong. And our entire party was founded on the idea of the abolition of slavery. And, let's stop with the comments about, well, I'm from the South, so you know that. Well, then she should have said that and known that the first reason given in the secession notice from the South Carolina government at the time the Civil War began was because the North opposed the expansion of slavery to the Western territories. Now, Nikki knows all that, and she's not saying it because she's afraid to say it, because this has been her whole campaign. She does not want to offend anyone. She won't tell the truth about Donald Trump, even though she knows that he was the cause of January 6th. She won't say it. Even though she knows that he regularly lies, she won't say it. And even last night, Phil, she was asked by a voter again in New Hampshire, would she categorically rule out being Donald Trump's vice president? And she won't answer the question. These are simple questions to a smart woman. And when she doesn't answer them, you have to believe she's being a slippery, slick politician who wants to be everything to everybody. And it's too late in this game to do that.
All right, perfect. The former governor of New Jersey there, Christie, hammering Nikki Haley. Again, Nikki Haley's taking it on all sides right now. She is, many people have stated that she is kind of coming at a point where she's trying to please everyone, trying to make sure she gets into the White House. Vivek Ramaswamy, on many opportunities, has advised that she is corrupt. Talked about how her family was previously broke, and after she ended up joining and becoming a contractor for some of these military industrial complexes, she ended up becoming a millionaire. So this is pretty much the way that we know that the politics work. You go in broke, you come out a millionaire. And she's kind of positioned herself right now where the opportunity presents itself where she could be possibly elected, but we see there that that's not the case at all right now. So she is she is an alternative to Donald Trump. They're definitely the never Trumpers, or people who are not interested in seeing him as the nominee. So for her, she does have that opportunity. And with so many people, so many states that are moving to restrict and to ban Trump from these primaries, more and more is being seen as an opportunity for her to gain ahead. The next few weeks will be very interesting as we hear the possibly Supreme Court take up the case in terms of Donald Trump and his being on the ballot, and whether that's a case or not, she could possibly see a surge in voter interest in that particular field. But we're yet to see exactly how this plays out. The Republican side overall, it's something that is I feel like it's if Donald Trump is to win, it feels like it would be overcoming a lot. And these instances that are happening right now of him being removed from ballots, him being kind of attacked on all sides from convictions and from different court cases, is definitely at some point should have a wear on him. But to this point, again, he's been the Teflon Don. Everything that comes at him just makes him stronger. His popularity is increasing, and as the overall primary begins to whittle down, likely Vivek ends up stepping away at some point, and you see also Ron DeSantis steps away, Christie steps away. Donald Trump will be able to separate himself completely at that particular time frame on what is it that he wants to do. Nikki Haley has made a name for herself, but also Christie. Chris Christie has been unapologetic when he speaks about anyone. He's lost a lot of support in terms of the MAGA base, but because of how much he's going after Trump, but he's also gained a lot of support on other sides from independents as well as from those who are in the Democratic Party. We'll see exactly how this plays out. Again, the Iowa caucus is here coming up I believe, at the end of January. I believe January 19th, I believe. And then I think New Hampshire is just like a week after that. So a lot of things going on here in January. We have the government possible shutdown that is set to have a trigger date on January 19th and again on February 2nd. So prepare yourself. We'll be covering all of these things. And if it's your first time joining, please consider subscribing to the channel. What are your thoughts on this? Please comment below, like, share, and subscribe. Thank you so much for joining. Have a good day.